Here's the first question on your screens now. This is from reasoning ability. Look at what it says. There are 7 persons A, B, C, D, E, F and G living in a building with 24 floors, and the topmost floor is numbered as 24. No 2 persons live on the same floor. They live on floor numbers 7, 9, 12, 14, 16, 17 and 24, but not necessarily in the same order. Rest all the floors are empty. They all have different ages among 10, 13, 15, 18, 19, 17 and 24, but not necessarily in the same order, and they are all related to G in some way. So basically it's a combination of blood relations along with a floor based puzzle, right? 7 persons but 24 floors. Of course 17 of those floors are empty, right? Only some floors are filled. 7 floors are filled with 1 person each, and then they have got different ages. So you have to find out which person stays on which floor, what is the age, and I think also the relationship diagram or the family tree has to be drawn there, because all of them are related to G in some way. So there will be clues given to you with regards to the relations as well. So it's definitely not an easy one, right? I would say. And if I'm writing the exam, I would immediately skip it and go to the next one. For me, these 5 questions are solved already, because I'm not going to solve, and that's my solution, right? I don't want to solve it. I don't want to take the chance. So I'll solve remaining questions now, and if time permits, I'll come back and give it a try, right? If not, I'm fine with it. I'll not panic. I'll not get worried unnecessarily. So this strategy is very, very important. Remember, do not solve puzzles the moment you see, right? First solve the easier ones, lock some 5 marks or 10 marks by solving independent questions, and then take these chances. Okay, so there are 7 persons A, B, C, D, E, F and G living in a building with 24 floors, and the topmost floor is numbered as 24. No 2 persons live on the same floor. They live on floor numbers 7, 9, 12, 14, 16, 17 and 24, but not necessarily in the same order. Rest all the floors are empty. They all have different ages among 10, 13, 15, 18, 19, 17 and 24, but not necessarily in the same order, and they are all related to G in some way. So if you understand, there are multiple attributes. One is we have got 7 persons here, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So that's the thing that we need to arrange. I mean, these 7 persons have to be arranged on different floors. There are 24 floors in the building, and these 7 persons are staying in that 24 floor building, right? But then they live on floor numbers 7, 9, 12, 14, 16, 17 and 24, not necessarily the same order. So 2 attributes as of now, names and the floor numbers. And now we also have different ages. All of them have got different ages among 10, 13, 15, 18, 19, 17 and 24. Of course, not necessarily in the same order, and then they are all related to G in some way. So if you see blood relations, floor based puzzle, and then ages is the attribute to be fixed there. Okay, so let's all try it. It's definitely not an easy one. So if I were writing the exam, my solution to this one would be skip. I will skip this question after reading the first 3-4 statements and then move on. I will never come back to this, because it may take more than 10 minutes, and I don't have 10 minutes in the exam to solve one puzzle, right? Anyways, let's try it now. So what do? I think we will list the floor numbers first. See, while there are 24 floors in the building, only 7 floors are to be occupied, and those 7 floors are 7, 9, 12, 14, 16, 17 and 24, right? Remaining floors are all empty. Rest of the floors are empty, right? So let me just list the floor numbers here. 24, 17, 16, 14, 12, 9 and 7, right? These are the floor numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So we have to write down the names of the person, their ages, and also have the family diagram there, right? The family tree. Now they have different ages. Now to avoid confusion, see, we have got floor numbers and we have got ages. So to avoid confusion between these, and moreover, if you see, some of the numbers are common, like there is a 17th floor and there is 17 years old person. There is a 24th floor and 24 years old person. So to avoid that confusion, what I would do is I'll take these numbers as 10y, 13y, 15y and so on. Yeah. I mean, we'll already be confused with so much of data. Let's not add to it by having common numbers. So y here in my view is years, right? That's my understanding. So 10 years, 13 years, 15 years and so on. So we know the ages. They are all of course related to G in some way. Now look at the clues. The one who is 17 years old does not live on an odd numbered floor. Now, as we have discussed a million times already, the best way to solve puzzles, the best approach rather to solve these puzzles is to read these statements and make pictorial representations of the same. Like this sentence, I should try to write in the form of a picture. So the one who is 17 years old does not live on an odd numbered floor. Now, if the 17-year-old guy does not live on odd numbered floor, obviously he is living on even numbered floor. So what can I say? 17-year-old lives on even numbered floor. Now, what are the even number floors we have here? See, we usually have 1 to 7 floor numbers, 1 to 9 floor numbers, 1 to 8 floor numbers, but here the floor numbers are different. So we have to pick it up properly, right? Even numbered floors, 12, 14, 16 and 24. So 17-year guy is either 12th floor, 14th floor, 16th floor or 24th floor, right? That's what I have understood from this one. Yes? 17-year does not live on an odd numbered floor. 12, 14, 16, 24 are the choices. D is the brother-in-law of G and has no siblings. D is the brother-in-law of G and has no siblings. So parallelly we have to do the family tree as well, right? D is the brother-in-law of G and has no siblings. Who has no siblings? D. D does not have any sibling and D is the brother-in-law of G. So what kind of relationship can you think of? You can assume, you can confirm that D is the husband of G's sister. Whose brother-in-law? There are two types of brother-in-law, you know, right? Brother-in-law are of two types. One is your sister's husband, who's brother-in-law, and other is your wife's brother. But D cannot be your wife's brother. D cannot be G's wife's brother. Because if D is G's wife's brother, D is the brother of that wife. But we know that D has no sibling. So that brother part cannot come into picture. Are you able to follow? Out of the two blood relations that are possible here, in terms of brother-in-law, D cannot be G's spouse's brother. Because if D is the brother of G's spouse, then D has a sibling. But we know that D does not have a sibling. So D should be the husband of G's sister. So I'll put it this way. G has got a sister. Now we do not know who that sister is, but husband is D. So D is the brother-in-law of G. Now G's gender is not known to us. G can be male or female, but G has a sister. We have to figure out who that person is. And D is the brother-in-law of that sister. I mean brother-in-law of G. And D has no siblings. As you can now understand, D should not have any siblings. Only two persons live below East floor. Only two persons live below East floor. Now this is a simple and very straightforward clue, right? Only two persons are below East floor. So E should come on 12th floor. There are only two floors below East floor, right? 7th floor and 9th floor. No one is older than C, who has 6 empty floors above his floor. Now, no one is older than C. No one is older than C. Means what? C is the oldest person. No one is older than C. If nobody is older than C, C should be the oldest person, which means C is 24 years old. C is 24 years old. And C has 6 empty floors above his floor. C has 6 empty floors above his floor. See, we know that 24th floor is the topmost floor. So can C be on the 24th floor? No. Because C should have 6 floors, 6 empty floors above his floor. C then in that case should come on 17th floor. Because between 17 and 24 there are 6 empty floors, right? There will be 6 empty floors, right? 17, after 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So those 6 floors are the empty floors above C's floor. And otherwise it is not possible, right? Above 7 there are only 2 empty floors. Above 9 there are only 2 empty floors again. Above 7 there is only 1 empty floor, right? You getting it? C, no one is older than C, who has 6 empty floors above his floor. See, it should be exactly 6 empty floors above his floor. So then in that case the only possibility is C comes on 17th floor. He will have 6 empty floors above his floor. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. You cannot take 16. Is that all? You're getting it? No one is older than C who has 6 empty floors above his floor. I mean, in one way, C coming on 16th also is likely, because above 16 also there are 6 empty floors. But then I am like again going with that assumption, which is not supposed to be done. But then no one is older than C who has 6 empty floors above his floor. Above his floor there should be 6 empty floors. Now while immediately above is not given, but I think C can be considered on 17th floor. Let's see, we'll proceed with this. Neither E nor C is the sister of G. Neither E nor C is the sister of G. Now, how do you write this pictorially? Neither E nor C is the sister of G. See, this is going to be G's sister, right? It cannot be E or C. Just note it down there. Neither E nor C is the sister of G. G's mother is married to neither E nor F. G's mother. G has a mother, of course, and she is married to someone, of course, but that person is neither E nor F. It cannot be E or F. Are you able to follow? G's mother is married to someone. That person cannot be E or F. Yeah. Difference between the ages of B and E is less than 4 years. Difference between the ages of B and E is less than 4 years. Now, how do you want to write this? B difference E should be less than 4 years. Right? Difference between the ages of B and E is 4 years. By the way, we also knew the age of C, right? No one is older than C. No one is older than C, meaning C is the oldest person. So C should be 24 years old. Age is also fixed for C. B has more than 10 empty floors below his floor. B has more than 10 empty floors below his floor. B has more than 10 empty floors below his floor. Now find out what is the floor number of B. He should have more than 10. Remember, more than 10 empty floors below his floor. More than 10 empty floors below his floor. So can B be on 7th floor? No, not possible, because there are only 6 floors below that floor. 6 empty floors below that floor. Can B be on 9th floor? No. 12th floor is anyway blocked for E. Can B be on 14th floor? See, below 14th floor, there are 13 floors. If B is on 14th floor, how many floors are below 14th floor? 13 floors. Out of those 13 floors, 3 are anyway getting blocked. 7, 9 and 12. Somebody would stay on these 3 floors. Which means only 10 floors are empty. Below 14, there are total 13 floors, of which 3 are occupied. So only 10 floors are empty. But we want more than 10 floors to be empty. More than 10 empty floors have to be there. Which means B cannot come on 14th floor. B can come on 16th floor. Yes or no? Can B come on 16th floor? Yes, B can come on 16th floor. Because below 16, if you observe now, below 16 there are how many floors? 15 floors. Right? Below 16, we will have 15 floors. Below 16, we will have 15 floors. And out of those 15, only 4 are occupied. 7, 9, 12 and 14. So 15 minus 4, 11. 11 are empty floors. So 11 is more than 10, right? So B can come here. But note that B may also come on 24th floor. Because even below 24th floor, there are more than 10 empty floors. Below 24th floor, there are 23 floors. Out of those 23, only 6 are blocked. So 17 empty floors are available. So B can either come on 16th floor or can come on 24th floor. Right? B can come on 16th or 24th floor. So we'll figure that out. Only two persons live above D. Only 2 persons live. If only 2 persons live above D, D has to come on 16th floor. Yes or no? If only 2 persons have to live above D, D will be on 16th floor. 17th and 24th will be those 2 persons. Which means B cannot come here. Then B has to come on 24th floor. So B is fixed now. Earlier we were confused. Is B on 16th or 24th? Now it's clear that B is on 24th. And 16th floor is occupied by D. Next, B is either daughter or daughter-in-law of G's mother. B is either daughter or daughter-in-law of G's mother. Now G's mother is this. B is either daughter or daughter-in-law of G's mother. Now either daughter of G's mother meaning G's sister. So B can come here. Or daughter-in-law. Then it could be G's wife. So there are 2 possibilities. B can either be the daughter, which means B can come in this box, or daughter-in-law. If B is the daughter-in-law of G's mother, then B should be G's wife. So we're not sure about it. We'll come back to this statement again, right? We'll come back to this later. G lives on one of the floors above A. G lives on one of the floors above A. G should be above A. Right? What do we know? G should be above A. Now G should be above A. There are multiple possibilities. A can be on 7th floor, then G can be on 9th. Or A can be on 7th, G can be on 14th. Or A can be on 9th, G can be on 14th. In all the 3 cases, we have G above A. The only thing that is confirmed is A cannot come on 14th floor. A cannot come on 14th floor. Because if A is taken on 14th floor, G will come below A. G will occupy a floor which is below A. But we very clearly know that G lives on one of the floors above A. So A cannot come on 14th. A is the grandson of G's father. A is the grandson. A is the grandson of G's father. Now A is the grandson of G's father meaning what? A is in the 3rd generation. See, G's father is here. Grandson of G's father. So grandson meaning he will come in the 3rd generation. A will come in the 3rd generation. Now the only confusion is A the child of this couple or this couple? I mean, assuming G is also married, is A the child of this couple or A the child of G? That we have to figure out. So far if you see, all the 5 persons have come on the, 6 persons have come on the diagram. Grandfather and grandmother, of course we do not know who the persons are, but a couple here, then there is a couple here, and this sibling G. So 2 plus 3, 5, and A is the 6th person. Now that 7th person can either come in the 3rd generation, sibling of A, or can be the spouse of G, or can be somebody else. We'll have to figure out. Yeah. Difference between the age and floor number of F. Difference between the age and floor number of F is same as the difference between the age and floor number of D. And the difference is not an even number. Now this is a very interesting clue here, right? The difference between the age and floor number of F. Difference between the age and floor number of F is same as the difference between the age and floor number of D. See, we already have learned that there are 2 numbers here, 2 types of numbers, floor number and age number. So the difference of floor number and age number of F is same as the difference of floor number and age number of D. How do you want to write it? I think I would write it like this. Delta F is equal to delta D. D, right? Yeah. Delta F meaning difference of floor and age for F is equal to the difference of floor and age for D. And it is an odd value. It's an odd value. The difference is not an even number, is it? If the difference is not an even number, of course, it has to be an odd number. Right? And so far, see, so there are 2 numbers which are involved for F, 2 numbers involved for D. Of these things, we only know the floor number of D so far. D is 16th floor. Yeah. Anyways, we'll come to that point again. A is the son of neither G nor B. Okay, now this is again interesting. A is the son of neither G nor B. A is not the son of G. A is not the son of G. Now, if A is not the son of G, definitely A has to be the son of D. I mean, A has to be the son of D. Yes or no? Or this person. I mean, of course, they are parents, right? A is the son of neither G nor B. A is not the son of G. So A is the son of D and his wife. And also, by the way, A is not the son of B, which means B cannot come in this place. B cannot come in this box, because if B comes here, then A will become the son of B. B and D will be married couple, and A will become their son. Right? A is neither the son of A is the son of neither G nor B. A is not the son of G, also not the son of B. So B cannot occupy this box. Now, if you go back to one of the earlier statements, we had read this, right? B is either the daughter or daughter-in-law of G's mother. B, I am focusing on the person B now. B is either the daughter or daughter-in-law of G's mother. See, G's mother is here. B should either be the daughter of G's mother or daughter-in-law of G's mother. Now, if B has to be the daughter of G's mother, who's the daughter of this person? See, G's mother is this box, right? Who's the daughter of this person? This box here. But we know that B cannot come in this place. In the point that we have read just now, we have understood that B cannot come in this box, which means B cannot be the daughter of G's mother. B cannot be the daughter of G's mother. So B has to be the daughter-in-law. B has to be the daughter-in-law. So we can conclude that B is now married to G, and B is the daughter-in-law of G's mother. Are you able to follow? We can conclude that B is married to G, because it should either be daughter. Daughter is not possible here, so it should be daughter-in-law, right? And 7 boxes are locked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean 7 persons. At least the chart is known to us. Who exactly is the person where, we do not know, but chart is known to us, right? Now, D is not married to B. I think D is not married to B is a useless statement. The statement here is not useful, because we already know D is not married to B. From whatever we have done so far, we already know that D is not married to B, because B is married to G. B is married to G. So how can D be, married to B? We know that D is not married to B. So this statement here was not of any use. Without that also we got the same result. E is as much older than G as B is younger than G. E is as much older than G as B is younger than G. Now what do you understand from this? E is as much older than G as B is younger than G. See, E is as much older than B as B is younger than G. So E is older than G. So E difference E minus G as B is younger than G is equal to G minus B. This is what it means. E is as much older than G. as B is younger than G. Meaning the difference of E's age with G's age here is same as the difference of B's age with G's age. Difference of B's age with G's age. So E, G and B. So basically if you see, they are like this, right? The E to G to B. The differences are same. E is the oldest among these three, B is the youngest, G comes in the middle. And everyone is spaced equally. Like if E is 2 years older than G, then G is 2 years older than B. If E is 1 year older than G, then G is also 1 year older than B. If E is 5 years older than G, then G is 5 years older than B. You getting it? This is what we understand from this. E is as much older than G as B is younger than G. E, G, B, that sequence. So basically E is greater than G, G is greater than B, and that difference is equal. F is not the youngest. F is not the youngest. F is not the youngest meaning what? F is not 10 years old. F is not 10 years old. I think we need to write down the ages also, right? Let me write down the ages. 10, 13, 15, 18, 19, 17, 20. Let me write the ages in proper order, right? This ascending order. So where do I write? Let me write it here. 10, 13, 15, 10 years, 13 years, 15 years, 17, 18, 19, 17 years, 18 years, 19 years and 24 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Now of this we already know that C is 24. This is C. C is the one who's 24 years. F is not the youngest. F is not the youngest meaning F cannot come in place of 10 years. F cannot come in place of 10 years. That's it. So I think we have read all the statements. If you see, all the statements have been underlined. So we have read all the statements, we've got this so far. So in terms of floor arrangement, we know that E is on 12th floor, D is on 16th floor, C is on 17th floor, B is on 24th floor. In terms of blood relation, this is what we know. And these are the other clues available with us. Right? Now, how do we work on the rest of it? I think ages are important. If we can figure out what is the age of these persons, we will be largely done. Okay, and in terms of blood relations, if you see who are the persons, A, B, C, D, E, F and G, right? So A, B, D and G are placed. A, B, D and G are done in the family tree. A, B, D and G are done in the family tree. Who are left out? C, E, F. C, E, F. Now we know that E cannot come in this box and E cannot come in this box. So E has to come here. Yes or no? If E does not come in these two places, here and here, we have already noted that E has to come here, right? So E is also fixed. Then who are left? C and F. If F cannot come here in this place, F has to come here. And of course C has to come here because C anyway cannot come here. So I think the blood relation part is done. I can remove those boxes for clarity. Yeah, the blood relations part is done. That was E. I'll write it again. Yeah, E, C and this is F. This is F. So how does it look like? E and C is the married couple. C is the grandfather, E is the grandmother. They have got two children, G and F. G is married to B, F is married to D. F and D have got a son A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 persons, right? And of course all these were clues that we had marked, so don't get confused with that. So the family tree part is done, relations part is done, flooring is also done. I mean flooring as in the arrangement of people on different floors is done, except for, I think we knew one point that G is above A. So we got multiple possibilities, right? A can come on 7th floor, G can come on 9th, and then G can also come on 14th. So that is left out, and of course more importantly the ages are left out. So let's work on ages. Let's try to figure out the ages of these persons. See which point shall we use? I think I would like to use this part first. This part basically. That E, G and B are all in an arithmetic progression. If you understand what arithmetic progression is, right? Like for example, if E is, let's say, for example, if E is 50 years old, G will be 53 and then B will be 56. So 50 minus 53, 3, 53 minus 56 also 3. You understand? They should be in an arithmetic progression. The common difference is common, right? So keeping this in mind, EGB, let's try and find out where can they come. EGB, where can they come? Where can these guys come? EGB. And we also know that the difference of B and E is less than 4 years. I think we can club these two. B and E. See now in this case we cannot take 50 and 56 because if we take 50 and 56 as ages of E and B, what's the difference between ages of B and E? 50 minus 56, 6 years. But we know that the difference should be less than 4 years. So keeping these 2 points in mind, let's find out what are the ages of E, B and G here. E, B, G. See, which means all 3 should either be odd or all 3 should be even. For this to happen, all three should be odd or all three should be even. E, B, G, all three should be even or all three should be odd, right? So maybe you can consider 13, 15, 17. 13, 15, 17. E, G, B. So E and G 2 years, G and B also 2 years. But the problem with 13, 15, 17 is between 13 and 17, ages of E and G, the difference is 4 years. 17 minus 13 is 4. But we want it to be less than 4. So 13, 15, 17 is ruled out. What else is possible? 15, 17, 18, no. 15, 17, 18 are not in arithmetic progression. You understand? 15 minus 17 is 2, 17 minus 18 is 1. And we have already discussed 15, 17, 18 cannot be considered because 2 are odd, 1 is even. We know all 3 should be even, all 3 should be odd. Can we take 13, 17, 19? 13, 17, 19, possible. All 3 are odd. So 13 minus 17, 2, 17 minus 19, 2. But the problem with 13, 17, 19 is 13 minus 19. The ages of E and B, 13 and 19, the difference is 6 years. We want it to be less than 4. So I think the only possibility is 17, 18, 19 in that case. They should be equally spaced basically. I mean, yeah, all 3 odd, all 3 even is not really applicable, but they should be equally spaced. So 10, 13, 15, if you see, they are not equally spaced. 10 to 13 is 3, 3 to 15 is only 2. 17, 18, 19, I think the only possibility is 17, 18 and 19. E is 17 years. G is 18 years. B is 19 years. Oh, sorry, it should be reverse. I'm sorry, I mean, this is, remember, this is not ascending order, this should be descending order. E is greater than G, G is greater than B, we know. Sorry. So basically, B should be 17 and E should be 19. E should be 19, B should be 17. So if you see, E is 1 year older than G and G is also 1 year older than B. So this point is satisfied. And between B and E, the difference should be less than 4 years. So B and E, what's the difference here? 2 years, which is less than 4 years. So the ages are fixed now. For B, G, E, the ages are fixed. B, I can say is 17 years. G, we have not fixed. E is 19 years. G, wherever it comes, it should be 18 years. So this point is done. This point is also done. Okay, one more point that we have here is 17 years guy should be on 12th, 14th, 16th or 24th. We have already got 17 years old guy B on 24th floor. So this also is fixed. Yeah. So the only point left out now, I think, is this delta F and delta D. Delta F and delta D should be odd, meaning the difference of age and floor number of F. The difference of age and floor number of F and the difference of age and floor number of D should be an odd number, and these should be equal, by the way, right? Yeah. So how do we want to work on this? See, only 3 persons are left out. If you see ages, we have already got the ages of B, G, E, C. Who are left out? A, D and F. A, D, F. Their ages are left out. Of course, for F and D, we already know there is one equation and A here is in the blood relation. So A, D, F, these 3 are left out. See, one more logic that can be applied here, strictly, one more logic that can be applied here is A is the youngest in the family, right? A is the youngest in the family. A is the grandson. Can somebody be younger than A? No. Can A be older than any one of them? Not really. See, it's honestly possible, right? It's possible that both, let's say both D and C give birth to their child at the same time. Like G was born and A can be born at the same time, right? Biologically it is possible, but yeah, logically A should be the youngest person. So we can maybe consider A as 10 years old. A as 10 years old, but I don't want to do that in this particular case, because if you actually look at it, we have got the age of B as 17 years. See, B 17 years, and we have got the age of C as 24 years. Now, how can a 24-year-old man have a 17-year-old daughter-in-law, right? So that way the logic of A being the youngest can be broken also, right? Ages are not in line with the real life scenario, right? Or for example, if you see G, we have got 18 years, E is 19 years, which means mother is only 1 year older than G. So the ages are not really making a sense there. So let's not go by the idea of A being 10 years old. You're able to follow? We have got G as 18 years. We have got E, the mother of G, as 19 years. So the mother is only 1 year old. Yeah. So let's not get into it. Yeah. Let's try to use this point. the difference of floor number of F and D, difference of F's floor number in H should be equal to difference of D's floor number in H. What can be done? F is not the youngest. See, the one thing which is clear here is since D is on 16th floor, D's age should be odd. D's age cannot be an even number. How do I say that? Because the difference, we have already noted that the difference of floor number and age for D should be an odd number. If you take D as 16th floor, and if the age is, let's say, even number, 18 years for example, 16 difference 18 is 2 years. 16th floor and 18 years, the difference is 2. 16 and 18 difference is 2, which is an even number. We want the difference to be odd. So the point I'm trying to make is, since the floor is already even, the age of D should be odd. D cannot have an even age. Meaning D cannot be 10 years old. Now I can confirm that A is the person who is 10 years old. Because F cannot be 10 years, D cannot be 10 years. So obviously A is 10 years. Yes or no? A is 10 years old. D should be an odd, D should have an odd age. Both 13 and 15 are possible. Now try to look at it. See, we know that the floor of D is 16. What are the possible ages of D? Either 13 or 15. Now, what is the difference of 16 and 13? 3. What is the difference of 16 and 15? 1. See, the point is, if in this case when we took D as 13 years, F should be 15 years. And here when you took D as 15 years, F should be 13 years. Only F and D are left out, right? Between 13 and 15, F and D are left out. So when we consider D as 13 years, F should be 15 years. When you consider D as 15 years, F should be 13 years. D's floor is already fixed as 16. D is on 16th floor. So you see, floor number minus age of D is 3. Floor number minus age of D is 1. So there are two possibilities. Either the difference is 3 or difference is 1. Now we know that the difference for D, 3, should be equal to the difference for F. So what are the possible values for floor number of F? See, age is 15. F's age is 15. So F should either be on 18th floor or 12th floor to get the difference as 3. You understand? We want the difference to be 3. F is 15 years old. You're getting it? This is 13 years, this is 15 years. This is 15 years, this is 13 years. This is the floor number. When F is 15 years old, his floor should either be 18 or 12. Only in that case, the difference can be 3. 18 minus 15 is 3. 15 minus 12 is 3. Now, do we have an 18th floor? No, we don't have an 18th floor. Do we have a 12th floor? Yes, but that 12th floor is already blocked by E. So, this is not possible, which means 15 itself is wrong. Which means F is not 15 years. D is 15 years. F should be 13 years. D cannot be 13 years because when D is 13, F should be 15, which is not working out. So the first case is wrong. Meaning D is 15 years old, and D is on 16th floor. Now if F is 13 years old and he wants the difference to be 1, there are two possibilities. Either F should be on 12th floor or 14th floor. So 13 difference 12 is 1. 13 difference 14 is also 1. But 12th floor is already blocked by E. So 14th floor is only left out. And that 14th floor should be occupied by F. So F is 13 years old and he's on 14th floor. So F is on 14th floor and he's 13 years old. Done. And we know that G is above A. So G should be on 9th floor. A should be on 7th floor. A is 10 years old. What is G's age? 18 years. This is the final arrangement. Arrangement as well as the blood relation part. So on the floor numbers, this is the order. And with regards to the blood relationships, this is the solution. These are all the clues that we have written there. Right? So if we just read it out, we have got 7, 9, 12, 14, 16, 17, 24 floor numbers. A, G, E, F, D, C, B. Ages are 10 years, 18 years, 19 years, 13 years, 15 years, 24 years, 17 years. Right? And like I said, these ages don't really make a sense for this kind of a family tree, but we have to just go by it. And you can't do anything. And more importantly, I would like to tell you that this particular statement, D is not married to B, the one highlighted in yellow, we did not even use that. So without using one of the statements, we could complete the arrangement, which means it goes to show that we were reading the points very, very meticulously. And like I always say, it's all about, see, what is directly given there, everybody can mark. You have to bring the hidden information out. You have to pull the hidden information out from that, right? Out of that. And that's the key to cracking these puzzles. So I think a very interesting one, definitely not an easy one, but not very complex as well. I mean, I was only wondering if you could get multiple possibilities, but in one possibility we could crack this. Yeah, so I think the approach is simple. Read the statements, write down in terms of pictures, convert this to smaller, make pictorial representations of the statements, and then fit it in the floor-based puzzle or the blood relation puzzle or circular arrangement or whatever it is. And the key lies in extracting the hidden information, hidden clues there. Good. Let me see if we have questions with this. No, we don't have questions, only the puzzle. But answering questions, like you all know, is a cakewalk, right? Once you have done the puzzle, 5 questions can be answered very easily. Clear?